welcome back to my channel, Live to Eat. Today I am happy to share with you one of my favorite, I make it a lot during this time of the year where it's cold. It's my Caribbean chicken black soup. I'm excited to show you, so let's get started. Okay, I have already seasoned and rinsed my chicken. I like to take off a bunch or most of the skin, as that's not required, and it will make, if you leave it on, it will actually make the soup a little bit too greasy. So for a lean Caribbean black soup, just you can choose to take off some of the skins. Okay, so to this clean, disinfected chicken legs, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of, this is one of our favorite seasoning, Creole seasoning. So I'm just gonna judge about half a teaspoon of that, and also 1 tablespoon or 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of minced onions, just about. One teaspoon of garlic powder. I guess the secret ingredients is cumin, so you want to add about a teaspoon of this on the chicken, and then you'll add a little bit more to the actual broth once it starts to boil. So about a teaspoon of cumin, and about a half a teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up. Altogether, this leg, the pack of leg that I'm seasoning here is about 6 pounds. So just so you can get an idea of the measurement of the seasoning that I added to this. Can't wait, it's already smelling good, and let's get to the next step. Okay, let's go ahead and add the chicken to the pan. Chicken legs. You can smell the cumin, and that's what you want. You want to be able to smell the cumin, since that's the most necessary ingredient in this, for this dish. And I did not add any oil to the bottom of this pan. Pretty much we're just gonna start cooking the chicken. Not brown the chicken, but it will start cooking, and then we're gonna add in about 8 cups of water, and I actually have that boiling, or I've started to boil that on the side. So we get ahead, and it has 2 cloves of garlic, and I am going to add about half of a small onion. Here we go, adding just about 1/2 of a small onion. And to that we're gonna add some salt. I'm gonna let it boil. So we wanna cover it and let it boil. Once the chicken legs start to cook, you can hear it, the pot sizzle a little bit. You just keep turning them so that they can cook on both sides. But really, once you've turned them on each side once, you can then go ahead and add the pot of the 8 cups of boiling water, so that it continues to cook. Again, this is a soup, so it will marinate the chicken flavor into the water. So here I'm adding the water to the stock pot so that it can continue to marinate together with the chicken legs, and then I'll add the seasoning that will actually make this blacken the soup, okay? I also added 1 more tablespoon of cumin and salt, and now we're gonna let this boil. Part of the ingredient for this black soup is eggs, so I'm going to boil about 12 eggs in this pot. Just add water and a little salt and cover it until it's all boiled, and then I will have to peel them and add them to the stock pot once the soup is almost finished. Okay, now it's time to get the color of the soup mixture. So another secret ingredient, not sure if you can get this in your supermarket, but in another video I will need to show you how to make this at home. But if you can, at any one of the Mexican supermarket or Caribbean supermarket, you may be able to find this. It's called black recado. So I'm just gonna, this is about 4.4 ounces, so I'm gonna just use half of this in the blender with about 1 cup of water. Okay, so I add that in there, and then I'm going to blend. Okay, and I'm finished blending. Now it's time to add this to the stock pot. And with a strainer, I just go ahead and strain it right into the stock pot. There's a little bit more in there. Okay. Get that all strained in. And the excess, you just throw it away. That's what you don't want in the pot because it makes it grainy. You don't want a grainy soup. So look at that. See how it changed the color? And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that color. And to this, I usually add about 2 to 3 Roma tomatoes, but I don't have any Roma tomatoes. I thought I did, but I don't, so I'm going to add 1 small can of tomato sauce. And you give it a mix. And you cover it. And this is going to continue to boil. Hello guys, at this point you can choose to leave the soup just this way. It's pretty good this way with just the legs and the cut up onions and garlic. And I did add about 1/4 of the bell pepper in here. And I was able to add 1 tomato, so all those are incorporated in here. And once this comes to a complete boil, you can eat it just as is, but we like to do things a little bit complicated. We would separate the eggs. So you take out the yolk from the eggs. So here's the yolk, and then you're gonna cut the yolk into halves or quarters depending on how many ground beef you have. And then you are going to make meatballs with stuffed egg yolks. So I'm going to show you how I do that here in just one moment. I'm going to go ahead and season the ground meat. And it should be ground pork, but I wasn't able to find ground pork, so I am going to use ground beef. So I'll show you how I season that here in just 1 second. So we're going to season the ground meat, and this is 1 pound of ground beef. And I like to open it up so we can get the seasoning evenly distributed in there. This is garlic, so about a teaspoon of garlic to 1 pound of ground meat. A teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of black pepper. And a teaspoon of minced onion. And just a tad bit of same teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning. So we're just gonna mix that up until it's incorporated evenly throughout the ground beef. I did 12 boiled eggs, so I think for this amount of ground meat, I will go ahead and cut the yolks in half, just to be able to make, well, I might just put some of them whole, but pretty much this is what I'm gonna do. So I take a little bit of the ground meat, put it in my hand and flatten it. And add the yolk in there, and then just roll it up. If there's any excess ground meat, you just put it back in the so that's just taking off the excess. And here you have it, a perfect little meatball, stuffed meatball. With the egg yolk. Okay, do that one more time so you can see it. Excuse me. So just to grab a piece of the ground beef or ground pork, whichever you choose to use, and you flatten it in the palm of your hand, and then you just grab a yolk. And you just cover it with the meatballs. Move it towards the clothes, and then you take off the excess. If there's any more excess, you just take that off and put it together with the other. So, perfect meatball, stuffed egg yolk meatball. So I'm going to do the rest of those and then fry them and then add them to the pot. Okay, it's time to fry up the stuffed meatballs. So we're going to add, the pan is hot over medium heat, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then we're going to put them in one at a time. And the idea is to brown them on all sides. And once they're brown, we can add them to the soup. extra flavor, I like to add in a little bit of diced onion. Okay, this is gonna go pretty quick, so since it's beef, you just keep flipping them on each side so that it's cooked. And again, this is over on medium heat. Always being stubborn. Going fast. Once you get this all cooked, you're gonna add it to the pot, to the stock pot. Okay. As this soup continues to boil, I am going to add some cilantro, a bunch, just a handful of cilantro, and some cabbage. I want to add that now because I want the cabbage to be soft. Okay, so this continues to boil, and I might have to take out some of the liquid to add in the meatballs. The meatballs are ready to be added. As you can see, they're cooked. Now we're going to go ahead and add them to the stock pot. And this is going to boil for another 30 minutes or so, and then it will be ready for tasting. And I'll be happy to show you that because I can't wait to taste it. This is my son's favorite dish. Chicken black soup. Okay, everyone, this is it's done, and as you can see, it's boiling and it's ready to be plated. And my son is anxiously waiting, and I am anxiously waiting. So I am going to share it and taste for you guys. So pretty much the rice goes on the bottom, and then the soup goes like so. So there's the meatballs. And there's the chicken leg. And I love the cabbage in this soup. Absolutely love, love, love the cabbage. So here you go. Here you have it. And you can either choose to do the whole egg separate, or as I do, just the egg whites, because I use the egg yolks to stuff the ground beef. So here you have it, guys. And you can have with this a side of corn tortillas. And how I actually eat this is I take the corn tortillas, or a tortilla, and I roll it up like a little cigar, like so. And I dip it in a plate. And I dip it in the soup, sorry. But that's pretty much how you would eat this soup. Okay. And you can omit any of the ingredient that you don't like. For example, the cabbage. I know a lot of people are not a fan of the cabbage, but I choose to leave it on there. So I'm gonna let this cool down for just a little bit, and we're gonna go in for the taste. Here we go with the tasting, guys. Again, thank you for watching my video. Share it, like it, subscribe. And again, chicken black soup. Live to eat style. So I got some rice, I got some cabbage. Ooh, my favorite. It's a little bit hot, so I don't want to burn myself, but I'm anxious to try it. So good. The burst of flavors, the cumin, the garlic, the onions. It's so delicious. Here goes with chicken. Blow it a little bit. That chicken is so tasty. And here goes the taste with the boiled eggs and the stuffed. Can you see that? Look at that. Add some more soup to that. Blow it. Don't want to get burned now, but you do want to try it. Here we go. So delicious. The cilantro gives the soup a delicious taste. And now with the tortilla. So you dip it in the soup. Delicious. Hope you try it. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, enjoy.